Just going to ask you, last season, you probably played the first 2/3 of the season with almost a settled lineup. And it was very clear, wasn't it, that was your first choice lineup, obviously competition for places. Do you feel as if, because of the players that you bought, and they're so adaptable and they bring so much more to the table this season, that, I don't know, the team is going to be a bit more flexible, the players will be a bit more flexible, your lineups will be less, not predictable, but certainly, they'll play to your strengths and come back with the other teams.
We're gonna need to do that in a different way for sure, because it's a different context that we have this season. As you mentioned, one is a competition, but as well the players that we have and the interactions and positions that they can occupy as well. Then obviously the laws has changed. The games are more longer now. There is more minutes to play as well, and how we start and finish the games will be critical. So it's something to bear in mind as well.
Do you like that in your squad, that you've got that adaptability,
yes.
You've got that flexibility?
I love it.
Why?
Because it gives you more options, better players, more quality, more chances to do what you can. When you have to change the game, when you have to change things, you're going to ask players to do it naturally. Don't force them to do something that and you don't really know if that fits.
Game at Palace last season, the opening game last season, and a lot of people were maybe thinking, it's going to be like the Brentford game. Was that the game you saw when they seized it, when maybe people realised just what was coming from this Arsenal team?
Well, especially for big parts of the game, probably yes, and you have to go to these grounds and impose yourself, and it's very difficult and tricky to do it, and we had some experiences there the year before as well on that. But it's going to be different on Monday. They are extremely well organised. The results that they got, they've been really consistent. They don't concede much. And it's going to be a tough test for us, but those tests that we like to have to understand where we are as well and how ready we are to go to these grounds and do what we want to do.
But did it, in a way, possibly change a bit of perception about Arsenal being maybe a bit of a soft touch against this sort of physical team, the way the floodlights?
Yes, and it helps, obviously, the confidence of the team when you go to this and you impose yourself, and as you said, and you send that little message. But I'm more worried about the internal message that we send to ourselves than the external one. But I think it was an important one.
And also Saliba sort of stood up that mind, sort of showed Arsenal fans what he was about.
Yeah, and when you have to have a physical game, we have to be ready to do that. And as well now, I think we are building a squad that is much more capable of having the capacity to play that game much better than before.
Sam?
Hi, Mikel. Just wondering what kind of role Iñaki, the goalkeeper coach, played in signing David. Obviously, you knew him from Brentford. Is that more the case for goalkeeper coaches, that they have a really strong input on who you sign?
The same impact that he had in the previous goalkeepers that we brought to the club. Nothing different, We discuss it. We have our opinions. We produce a list. We have the options. We talk to the club, to scouting, to Edu, obviously, to ownership, and then we make the final decision. So he's part of that process for sure.
And just on David, personality-wise, what have you seen so far from him in terms of his character? I think he was one of the leadership group at Brentford.
Leader, someone very demanding, extremely professional. He's going to be a voice. He's going to be vocal, and very, very hungry.
He's got a big family. We saw it.
Sorry?
He's got a big family.
Yeah, he's got a lovely family. Yeah, very good.
Okay, last couple now. Gary from the Times.
To John's question about the sort of settled team, was that something that came out of your thoughts at the end of last season, in the running, and perhaps where teams maybe were understanding how you played a lot better than you felt you needed to kind of shake it up? You said after Brighton you had quite a lot of thinking to do. Was that what came out of that thinking?
Not really. It was something very different to that. I think if I had to do the same and the team was performing the way it was performing, they don't take teams 33 games to find out what we do. Teams in the Premier League and managers and staff are really, after 2-3 games, they know, they put the solution. So it wasn't about the solution, it was more about us.
Okay, finally we go to Dan. This is 12 o'clock Monday?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool.